Hi friends, I need help. Hello my moody friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mariah and this is Mariah's Moods. So in today's video, we are going to go through all of the books that I've been accumulating in the last few months. So we're gonna do a book haul. I haven't done a just sit down book haul video since like the beginning of the year, and I've been accumulating books. This time the haul is not as big as the last haul, but when I think about like the vlogs and stuff that I've done, there was like mini hauls within those, which you can go check out. So probably they're about evened out. So we're looking about, I think like 25 books to go through today. And when I was trying to figure out like how do I want to like go through them, because honestly I couldn't even tell you when I got these, so it couldn't be like a chronological thing. I was like, let's just do by genre, because when I look at my haul, it really only boils down to two genres. We've got fantasy and we've got romance. I am entering, I think, my romance era. I think that I am becoming, I don't want to quite call me a romance girly, because I know that that is a deep, deep hole that I don't know if I'm ready to go down. I don't know if I want to like hop down that rabbit hole quite yet, but I have been reading a lot of romance and I've been buying a lot of romance, and I've been enjoying it so far. But my true near and dear beloved genre of fantasy, I do have quite a bit of those as well. So without further ado, let's hop into the haul. I think that I'm going to go ahead and start with my romance because that is the smaller stack, and I feel like I have a better grasp of what these are. But I will leave timestamps down below if you are more interested in one genre versus the other, or you could watch the whole thing. But let's just like get on into it. I think I'm just gonna grab a book and we'll talk about whatever I grab. So it looks like I pulled these two. So I have Twisted Love and Twisted Games. It just got really overcast out of nowhere, so we had to bring in some artificial lighting. So the first two books that I am going to talk about, I guess, is Twisted Love and Twisted Games. These are the first two books of the Twisted series by Ana Huang. I've seen these all over TikTok for a very, very long time, and I thought, why not? And they actually fit into a video idea that I have coming up, so I needed to buy them anyway. So Twisted Love is the first book in the series. This is a this is a brother's best friend romance. I think Grumpy Sunshine as well. I'm really excited to get into this one, but I'm very, very excited to try Twisted Games because this will be my first introduction to bodyguard romance. So I'm a little confused because it does say something about a princess. And I've never read about princesses outside of like fantasy, so don't really know what that's gonna be like, but I'm excited to like give it a try. I'm assuming that these characters somehow like overlap. I've heard they can be read as standalones, but kind of like other side characters to maybe the first book get their own little moment. So I don't really know how that happens, but I am excited for some bodyguard romance. The next one, let's just see. Oh, okay, is going to be If He Had Been With Me by Laura Nolan. This is YA, I believe. I think this is like a YA romance / tragedy. All I know is this is supposed to make me cry a lot. I think that we're following like two teenagers that were at one point really, really close, and I guess as they got older they kind of drifted apart, and our main character Autumn, I think, is really thinking about how life could have been different if things had gone differently. All I know is that apparently this is tragic and I should have tissues while I'm reading it. Okay, ooh. Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. I'm actually currently reading this at the moment. Really enjoying this. This is one of her feminist romance books. We are following Elsie and Jack. We have a little bit of, I don't want to say like enemies to lovers, but it's a little bit of a rivalry just because of the scientific realm that they work in. Elsie is a theoretical physicist and Jack is a experimental physicist, and so, you know, in that kind of discipline of science, sometimes there can be a little bit of a rivalry, or the either side doesn't always respect each other because they just have very different views on how to do physics. So we have a little bit of that in there, a little bit of a miscommunication trope, but done so far in a good way. Really enjoying this. I mean, Ali Hazelwood's just like an automatic buy for me, and I've loved everything I've read so far from her. Okay, Sweet Hand by N.G. Pelletier. This is a romance that is following Charisse and Kieran. Charisse is a baker. She has her own baking business, and Kieran is in the music industry. Charisse has like sworn off all musicians because of her ex, but these two are the maid of honor and best man in Charisse's sister's wedding. They're all kind of friends. They're in this friend group, but these two have just always kind of pushed each other's buttons and they haven't always gotten along, but because they are maid of honor and best man in this wedding, they have to work together to basically set up like the major events in honor of the bride and groom. So we've kind of got a little bit of hate to love happening here, and I'm really excited to read this, and I just absolutely love this cover. Ooh, okay. Oh, I'm so excited to read this one. 7 Days in June. Stupid sticker. 7 Days in June by Tia Williams. I am so excited to read this. I've been wanting to dive into this so badly. So this is following Eva and Shane. They're both authors, but when they were younger, they basically like spent this like whirlwind week together, fell deeply in love, but it was very short-lived, and since then, for the last 15 years, they've been basically like writing letters to each other through their novels that they've been writing, which I love that idea. But, you know, after these 15 years, they kind of like reconnected. So I think it's going to be like a second chance romance. But I think Eva, our main character, is a little apprehensive to like jump into a full-blown relationship with Shane, because I think maybe something had happened over those 7 days that, you know, might have stifled the romance a little bit. But I've heard great things about this, and I just can't wait to dive in. Next one. Oh, okay. Happy Place by Emily Henry. I picked this up quite a while back, and I've yet to get to it. I'm a little scared. I've heard some mixed reviews, but we have a second chance romance in this one as well. So we're following this couple that have broken up, but they haven't told the friend group that they're no longer together. So while they're on this vacation, they have to basically like fake their relationship to kind of let the trip go smoothly. That's the gist of what I know about this book, but what I've heard is that it goes way deeper, and I think I've heard it kind of gets a little dark, which I like. I like it to have a little more depth than just like a bubbly rom-com, so I'm excited to get into this one. I just don't know when I'll do it. Okay. Oh, we're getting down to the romance stack. We've got 2 left. So for this one, we have Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. After reading Soulmate Equation, I was like, I just need more Christina Lauren, and this one is another really popular one from them that I've heard, so I picked it up. Don't know much about it. I think it's another second chance romance. We have our main character, Macy, who basically is just like got her life together. I think she's getting married, she's got this career, and then enter Elliot, who was a previous love at some point in her younger childhood. So she's, I guess, trying to figure out where she wants to go with her life. Does she continue on with where she's going, or does she reignite this romance with Elliot? I think it's dual POV, which I love, or maybe it's dual timeline. I think it's dual timelines. So we're following the relationship when they're younger and then present day. It's giving like Notebook vibes, you know, like Nicholas Sparks' The Notebook. That's just when I was reading the premise. That's just immediately when I went to. I could be wrong, but I'm excited. Okay, so our last one I'm very, very excited about, and that is Mile High by Liz Tomforde. Tomforde? I don't know. My friend has been telling me to read sports romance for so long, and I just haven't done it. And she's like, girl, you would love it. Like, I love sports, so she's like, you're gonna love it. Read it. So I'm gonna start with a hockey romance. This is Mile High. And this is a hockey romance. We have our flight attendant, Stevie, is the newest flight attendant for a professional hockey team, and she runs into Evan Sanders, who is like the great hockey player for this team, and we have a little bit of workplace romance. Apparently it's very, very spicy, which I'm very, very excited for. I'm gonna be reading this very, very soon, and I can't wait. Okay, so that was all of the romance that I have recently picked up. Now let's get into my beloved fantasy stack. I will say this. When I buy my fantasy, I buy it really not knowing much about like the plot or what the book is about. I really like to go into fantasy like completely unaware of it, because I feel like for me that just heightens the experience of the book. For fantasy, I really like to go in blind. So with that being said, please understand that there will probably be a lot of times where I'm like, I don't know what this is about, because I don't. I look at covers, I look at reviews, I look at like authors that I just already know of or I'm excited about. So I don't know. We shall see. So we'll just grab from the stack and see what we come up with. Okay, so the first one is going to be Immortal Longings by Chloe Gong. This is her newest release and her first introduction into adult fantasy, so I'm really excited about this one. It was my recent book of the month pick, and I was actually able to go to a book event where she was there. She did a book talk about just kind of her process of coming up with this, and she signed it, which I'm super excited about. She was like the sweetest person ever, and I cannot wait to hop into this now, kind of knowing, you know, her process of writing this book or her intentions for this book. But what I do know is that it is a Anthony and Cleopatra retelling, with blood and gore and intrigue and political alliances and whatnot and resistance. So I am so excited to hop into this one. Okay, what's this chunker? Okay. Oh, okay. Kingdom of Ash. I went ahead. I recently picked this one up because it's about damn time that I finished this series. I have been putting this off for so long. I'm scared to do it. I don't want my heart broken. I know this is an emotional roller coaster, but with the recent cover release of Crescent City 3, I need to read this. I need to finish Throne of Glass series so that I can hop into Crescent City. I really can't tell you what this is about because it's the last book of the Throne of Glass series, so anything I say is definitely going to be spoilers. If you haven't checked out Throne of Glass, do it. What is next? Let's see what this one is. Ooh, okay. The Stardust Thief by Chelsea Abdullah. Again, don't know much about it. It's stunning, but I think it is like a Aladdin or Arabian Nights retelling, but like switch the roles, where our female is like the thief and kind of swindler. So she like saves this prince, but is busted on her like thievery and kind of like this underground like market she's a part of. In order to not be executed, I think she has to like go find this artifact. So she goes with this prince and like these 40 thieves to go find this artifact. It sounds fantastic. I'm really excited for this one. Ooh, okay. This Woven Kingdom by Tahereh Mafi. Let's go with theme here. Don't really know. It says that this woven kingdom is a story of clashing empires, forbidden romance, and a long-forgotten queen who must claw her way through darkness to reclaim her throne. That sounds exciting. Oh, okay. The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. Don't ask me why I haven't read this yet. I know that it was all over TikTok for a very, very long time, and sometimes in some remnants it's still there. I think it's one of those where I was afraid of the hype, honestly, and I still am. I don't know if this is going to be worth it, but we are going to see because it's pretty short. What I know is this following Jude, and she was really young. Her parents were killed, and she was basically like sent off to be in this court of this like really wicked king, I think, and then she basically has to work her way through court, but she is kind of coming in contact constantly with this pretty bad prince. That's all I know. I love this cover. I love this cover. The Blood Trials by N.E. Davenport. The synopsis of this one was very confusing, but it has good reviews, so I got it anyway. But it says it's a blending fantasy and science fiction. Its fast-paced, action-packed debut cuts off a duology of loyalty and rebellion in which young Black women must survive deadly trials in a racist and misogynist society to become an elite warrior. I'm here for it. I am here for blood, crashing the patriarchy, and warriors. Come on, come on. You can't tell me that doesn't sound fantastic. And this cover is stunning. Ooh, okay, so we have The City We Became by N.K. Jemisin. I also picked up Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin, but I couldn't remember if I've hauled it in a vlog, so I didn't include it, but I did get it. But this one is basically set in New York. I think it's like a urban fantasy. Basically, cities have souls or almost like personalities, and when these cities, I believe, are like new, they're very unstable. And so we're in New York, and I think each of like the New York boroughs kind of has this personality, and they have to work together to basically overcome something really bad that's happening. Don't know what that is, but I am so excited to read this. I think the concept of this sounds so entertaining and interesting and unique. I've never read anything like that, so I'm excited. What's this one? Oh, okay. Ink Blood Sister Scribe. That's quite the title. This is following two estranged sisters who basically have to like guard their family's library. I think they're witches. So it says that two estranged half-sisters tasked with guarding their family's magical library of books must work together to unravel a deadly secret at the heart of their collection, a tale of family loyalty and betrayal and a pursuit of magic and power. I don't know. I'm really nervous about this one. This was a cover buy for me. And honestly, for book of the month, really nothing sounded good, so I chose this one. I hope it's good. I hope it's good. I mean, magic, libraries, how could it go bad? Okay. Oh, this is the newest haul that I've got, and this is One for My Enemy by Olive E. Blake. This will be my first Olive E. Blake. I go back and forth with her other novels. I just don't know. I feel like reviews are polarizing when it comes to her, so I don't know, but I am excited to get into this one. From what I understand, we have like two rival witch families in modern day Manhattan, and something happens where they basically have to choose sides, and it might not be just strictly family against family. We might have some intermixing. The end papers on this book are absolutely stunning. So I'm assuming this is one of the families, which seems to be predominantly women. And then when we look on the back, I believe this is the other family, which are male. So maybe some romance involved. I don't know. I've never read from Olivia Blake, but again, another stunning novel. Give me daggers, and you got me. You got me. The next one is The Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter. I also hauled the second book in this series while I was on vacation, but that's in another video if you want to go check that out. This is basically the rise of a young man who wants to defend his family and his, I believe, like, village, in the face of war. But it says that a world caught in eternal war, one young man will become his people's only hope for survival. It says Game of Thrones meets Gladiator. But duh, I'm gonna buy that. That sounds fantastic. Gladiator is one of my favorite movies, and I love Game of Thrones. I can't help it. I cannot wait. But I think I'm gonna save this like for the fall. I don't think I'm gonna read it anytime soon. And oh god, there's still more. Okay. Let's do this one. This was an accidental buy. This was an accident. I probably am not going to read this, and I will probably unhaul this shortly after this video. This is Vampire Academy by Richelle Mead. When I picked this up, in my brain, I was reading Zodiac Academy. And I know the cover to Zodiac Academy and like that whole series. I don't know. I think I saw Academy. And I was like, oh, it's $5 at a thrift shop. Let me get it. And then I got home and I realized it was Vampire Academy. And I really don't have any interest in reading this book. Hey, listen, I know people love this series. If you're one of them, that's fantastic. In the comments, convince me to keep this book and read it. It just doesn't sound like my cup of tea. From all I can gather from this is that we have like this princess of the vampires and then like her bodyguard best friend who defends her while they're at this like school. And that sounds fantastic, and I probably would have loved this when I was in high school, but I feel like I might have outgrown this. But I could be wrong, and I am not someone who's like, I'm 30, I can't read. Like, I read middle grade. I just don't think that I'm gonna be about this, and I look at this cover and it's just not, it's not for me. But if you, look at the back and it's even worse. But if you love this series and if you think that I should definitely read it, let me know down below, because if enough people can, like, if I can, honestly, if I can get like 1 or 2 people to say read it, I'd probably read it. But I was not intending to buy this. Let's move on. Now, here's another one I'm excited about, Malice by John Gwynne. I've been wanting to read this for a very long time. I've heard fantastic things about this series, and couldn't tell you what it's about. What I do know is basically a long time ago, I think that humans were fighting like giants and like worms and all this stuff. And now all of a sudden, like, things are kind of rumbling up and they might be coming back, and they have to prepare. And these like oracles or prophecies have basically said that we need 2 champions, one for light and one for darkness, and they will be the ones to save us. And I guess maybe we'll find out who they are. I could be completely wrong about that premise, but I will tell you this, I'm reading this book. I'm reading this book. So the last few books were actually gifted to me by a really good friend. I was mentioning to her that I want to give Robin Hobb a try, but Robin Hobb is like one of those authors for me that are very intimidating, kind of like a Brando Sando situation, where I don't know where to start. She has so many, and it was very overwhelming. So I was telling my friend about this, and she was like, oh, like, I've read some Robin Hobb. My husband loves Robin Hobb. Let me help you out. And she gave me all of her Robin Hobb, which is not a lot. Like, I know that Robin Hobb has so many out, but I was so thankful to my friend for giving me these, because at least gives me like a starting point. And she gave me Assassin's Apprentice, which is the first book of the Farseer trilogy, which I think this was where I was going to start. So with my research, people said to start with this series, so it was fantastic that she actually had this to give to me, and it's like in perfect condition. Love her so much. And then I have the, where did it go? Assassin's Quest, I think is the third book of this trilogy. So I just need to pick up the second one. But I'm going to give the first one a try and see if I really want to continue. And then we have Fool's Quest and Fool's Fate, which is Assassin's Fate, which is books 2 and 3 of the Fitz and Fool trilogy. So again, it's not complete, but I'm just so thankful to have like started 2 of Robin Hobb series. So I'm just missing the second and the first book for each of these. But don't you just love good friends that just like hand you books when you just passingly mention that you wanted to get into this? So I'm very excited to hop into Robin Hobb and see what Miss Ma'am is all about. So that is it. That is those are the 25 books that I've picked up over the last couple of months. Like I said, there was more, but they are in other vlogs and things that I have up on my channel that you are so welcome to go check out. But yeah, if you've read any of these books, or if you're excited about any of these books, let me know in the comments. If there's any that you think I should read sooner than others, let me know. Again, if you think that I should read Vampire Academy, let me know. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys. So if you like this video, go ahead, thumbs up, subscribe, do all of the things. If you like bookish and lifestyle content, I am here for you. I am here for you. And yeah, I hope you're having a great time out there and that your day is full of good moods and good vibes. Catch you guys in the next one. Bye!